No play on words in the beginning. I saved that for the outro. There's a lot to cover, so let's just jump right into it. My name is Paige, and welcome to the Mez Weekly, episode 16. On February 1st, we started receiving shipping email notifications. Mezco sent not once, but twice, status update emails in regards to the tsunami of releases that were inbound this coming month. The first email detailed in a very tongue-in-cheek way that the Bodega Box, the Superman 1978, and Iron Fist, while delayed, were projected to ship within the next few weeks. Mezco did send out charge notifications for Superman, and that's going to be on February 8th, 2021, and Iron Fist will charge on February 9th. They also sent out shipping notifications this week for MDX Batman. Now, I think this was a good move on Mezco's part by sending out these email blasts. Not only does it give people a chance to financially prepare for what's coming, and I'm going to make sure that I give you guys a little bit of a breakdown at the end of the video, but it also keeps collectors up to date in general. Most of the time, the admins for the groups are the ones that are posting the updates for these estimated release date changes. So this just adds like an extra layer of communication that a lot of collectors have been asking for a while. I do hope that this step forward doesn't end up backfiring on Mezco or collectors. Not in the sense that Mezco shouldn't keep collectors informed. I just hope this doesn't turn into some kind of sense of over-entitlement where it gets to a point if something is a few days late and an email doesn't come, a collector will start saying this company is being lazy or they suck at their customer service. Mezco has had points in time where they have been kind of reserved about their communication, and I think that mainly comes into play with the damned if they do and damned if they don't motto. They seem to have adopted the business model of here's our product. If you like it and you want it, that's cool. If not, no worries. And it probably works better for them in terms of not having to deal with some of the excessive criticism that comes with collecting and consumerism. And whether collectors like it or not, it works for them. So taking that into consideration, hopefully collectors will see that this is an attempt for them to try to bridge that gap with communication. I think it's a great move by them personally. An email notification about a status of an offering can quickly be sent out, and this is something that they can do probably on a monthly or even on a Mez Weekly basis. That's a subtle hint. So continuing on to February 2nd, the Asia Gold exclusive was teased. If you want to know what my kryptonite is, this is it. Personally, for me as a completist, this exclusive is probably not only the most stressful, but probably the most expensive ones I have to buy during the year. Again, remember, this is present Paige talking to past Paige. As popularity in the line grows, so does the perceived value of these figures. So it's always nice to get one in hand. It's like kind of like a sense of accomplishment. The road to get there isn't always easy, but it makes the acquirement, to me, a little bit more satisfying. Just not on the wallet. Anyone that is not familiar with Asia Gold, they are actually a toy company that has an exclusive partnership with Mezco, and they've been putting out the exclusives for the past few years. Their first offering was the Asia Gold exclusive Ascending Knight Batman, the one without the sticker. And then, of course, they have the coveted black and white Shadow Assassins, 288 to 112, respectively. Now, traditionally, these figures are only offered in Taiwan and Hong Kong, but this year, whether it was because of the pandemic or because to appeal to a more global market, they decided to open up the offers online to everybody. Personally, I think this is a great move. It allows for them not only to get their name out there, but it also draws more attention to their site. I only know of them because of the exclusives, but seeing now that they also offer pre-orders from Mezco as well as other toy companies, I can see this as a possible solution to finding out-of-stock figures that aren't in the U.S. Yeah, so let's end on that point because otherwise it comes off as some kind of paid advertisement, and it's not. So Asia Gold started off with the tease announcement, followed by some amazing photos. You see what I did there? Yeah. So new images of the Rumble Society's newest member, Krig, the Bloodline. Now, promotional images revealed that this is a figure that looks like it's going to be utilizing some of the parts from the regular version of Cable. There are a few new parts, such as, I guess what we can call the Sentinel head, because it looks like it was inspired from the Matrix movies. There are also some new effects, weapons, as well as a head sculpt. Reuse has never been really an issue for me. Companies utilize molds not only as a saving process to kind of offset the cost of mold designs, but also to try to make a profit. I don't need a completely new mold for every single character. All that will really do is just drive up the price of the figure over time because the company, again, will need to offset the cost. Most new releases are really up to the promotional pictures and the reviewers to essentially sell the offering. So another reason it doesn't bother me is because collectors that do have the quote-unquote reused figure have a better idea of what that figure's strengths and weaknesses are, which allows them to make a better purchasing decision because you're not really going in blind. Regardless, this figure is going to be a hot seller just because of the rarity of the item, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So, time-lapsing forward to February 3rd at 3 p.m., Mezco put out their official pre-order for Morbius, the Living Vampire. And as of Sunday, February 7th, this item is actually still available on Mezco's website. The things that caught my attention about this figure were definitely had to be the sculpt details, especially in the head. There are about 3 of them, and I think each one covers a range of emotions. It's something that I think companies need to focus on in the future because it just adds a little bit more range for the options that you can do as far as displaying and photography. It looks like he's on the slim athletic body, and that has 30 points of articulation. So that should answer some of the double jointed area of concerns that most collectors have. It also looks like he's going to come with a mobile science center that has a light up feature. So it looks like those little design experiments that they tried earlier are paying off. I bring this up because a lot of people will get in the groups and say that they don't understand why they're adding light up features or they're doing detailed sculpts. It's because if you add these little side projects in with each one of these offerings, eventually it's going to create a better overall product. And that's the point. You can't stick to one thing. You have to diversify. You have to expand. And so I can see companies, especially this one, trying to create a figure that covers the wide range of requirements that collectors are having nowadays. And the price point for this is going to be $85, which kind of is a callback to the old price points that they used to have a few years ago, which should resonate with collectors as well. If you order from Mezco Direct, there's going to be a $21.25 non-refundable deposit, and this figure has an estimated release date of September to November 2021. So energy drink, candy, and adrenaline push forward to 11 p.m. The Asia goal officially listed Krig, the Bloodline. So after creating an account and making sure that everything was good to go, I got on and I was able to actually secure an order. The site ran very smoothly. Checkout process, I only had to do once, and I'm actually glad I did because the item sold out within the first 3 minutes of launch. It did go up again a second time, but it did sell out, and that took about 2 minutes. So your total time, sellout wise, was about 5 minutes for this item. I do believe that is a record. So the price point for this item was going to be 980 Hong Kong dollars, which roughly comes out to about 126 US. It also said that they were going to have a 3.5% PayPal Express surcharge fee, but it looks like they completely waived that. Thank you very much. Shipping was going to be provided by EMS, and they do a flat rate. It's usually around 400 Hong Kong dollars, which would bring it order to, I think it would be, check my math, 2,360 Hong Kong dollars, or $317.17 for all you penny pinchers for 2. This item is expected to arrive in the US in March of this year. So still riding high after another sleepless night, we're moving on to February 4th, and Mezco decided to send out charge notifications for Superman. Turns out this item will be officially draining your account on February 8th. And if anybody needs a refresher, this item actually retailed at $125. So whatever you need to do to kind of get prepared, transfer savings to checking your savings, make sure that you are ready. Also riding behind the Asia Gold Blood Creek announcement, Mezco decided to tease their US possible MDX or Toy Fair version of Krig. He would be called Krig the Black Panther. No, that's not it. Black Manta. No, that's not it either. Black Mamba. No. Black Spartan. Yeah.
Spartans!
Black Spartan was teased. This looks to be a color variant or a redeco of the cable. If you missed the redeco segment, you can go back to this part of the video. I thought this announcement was very well timed. It rides the wave of the exclusive. It builds on the anticipation, but also it gives collectors the option of going for a closer or more retail price version of the character. Aftermarket for this initially shot up to $2,000. Get the But in collecting circles, we've been helping each other out by trying to get them closer to about $200 to $250. But if you're not a completionist or anyone that doesn't have their heart set on this version of the MDX, it seems like this will be a nice visual alternative for you. It also seems like if the red and black aren't your bag, you can wait to see if there's some other possible versions. And if you look at the sticker sheet, you'll be able to see that they actually tease two other versions that we might be getting. One will be called the Pale Diver. It's a white version. And the other one was the yellow, and it would be called the Murder Hornets. So anybody that's been collecting Mezco for a while knows that they like to world build in blocks. They've done this with Gomez, the Rumble Society, the versions of ninjas, and now they're doing it with Krig. So these variants were going to be expected. Again, variants allow for more options, so if you have one of them that doesn't work for you, then you have others to choose from. Or if you don't want any of them, guess what? You just saved yourself $100 to $150. Now, complaining about something that you don't have to buy seems a little bit counterproductive in my opinion, but hey, I would rather have a positive experience with something that I do with my free time than a negative. But again, that's just me. But to put things in perspective, let's just take a look at this. So you have a pre-order for Krig, the Bloodline. There's a tease and possible pre-order coming soon for Krig, the Black Spartan. Superman 1978 is charging. Iron Fist is charging. The Gold Skulls Ninja have been shipped. The MDX Darkest Dawn Supreme Knight has been shipped. And there's also Toy Fair where we could possibly see the Black Baron Ben's Tectonic Disruptor. Wow, I got that out in one take. The Black Skulls Brigade. And there's still new products that haven't even been seen yet. Let that soak in. So after going through that list, you can see that there's plenty of things that we've gotten already, things that are coming, and things that are on the horizon for us not to be happy about. I get it. Nothing in this world is perfect, but it seems like there's a lot of people that can't seem to find anything positive about what they're collecting. And that goes across all lines. It's just not Mezco. It's cliche, but I say it at the end of my video every single time because I really feel like it's something that's lost. There should be something that you enjoy about what you're doing, because if not, is it really worth it? So I'll close in saying what I say every video. Remember, they're just toys, so just have fun.